So you're one of the burlesque dancers here at the Burlesque bar in Melbourne.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, what do you say to people that just say that burlesque is a bit like posh stripping?
Well, that's one way to look at it. And in some cases it is like posh stripping. I mean, there's a few differences. Burlesque is entertainment, so it's, I guess the main difference is in a strip club, you've got your audience or patrons and you've got your strippers, and it's very much, the power is very much in the control of the audience because, you know, you strip, they give you money, so on and so forth. Whereas in burlesque, we're the entertainers and we pretty much rule the roost. So it's kind of like we're up here and we're entertaining, and some of the burlesque involves striptease, some involves comedy, singing, dancing, cabaret, but it's basically all up to us as we, you know, as the females on the stage, hold the power.
So Natalia, what does burlesque actually involve? You said before you could take a lot of your clothes off or not very much at all, and you can be entertaining like a cabaret show. So what is it exactly?
Well, there's a bit of argument about what this is. It's like any performance industry. Everybody seems to think to know what it is, but nobody actually has a definition. Burlesque, when it began, it was more a sort of satirical parody, very political. It was all, you know, in ancient times, people poking fun at, you know, the upper classes and things. And then as it progressed, they started introducing an element of striptease into it. It went to America. You know, girls started taking their clothes off and realising that this was quite an empowering thing for them to do. So I suppose these days with burlesque, the performer sort of decides what she's going to do. There have been nights where a girl will come up on stage and she'll fully intend to do a, you know, glamorous striptease, and the audience, for whatever reason, is not responding or they're being disrespectful, and she'll just smile, bow, walk off. And then there's nights when we have a performer, as in tonight we have a performer called Scarlett who's coming in, who is doing a different form of burlesque. She used to be a ballerina and she does a wonderful fan dance, on point doing it, and she doesn't take anything off at all. She's sort of in her pasties and costume, and it's quite hypnotic to watch.
It's big ostrich feather fans that the history is leading with Sally Rand in the 1930s. She came out and did a dance where she was supposedly naked behind them. It was a big outroar. She ended up in jail for a night. And it's this, because of the feathers, very soft and very seductive and sensual. Behind these big feathers, you're naked, and you slowly use them to sort of come out and sort of tease the audience with your body. And so eventually it's just a big reveal, and it's one of those things that's such a classic item, and most girls know how to do some sort of fan dance, and the audiences love it. Yeah.
So now I'm talking with Poppy, who's another one of the burlesque dancers. What are we going to see tonight?
Madame Natalia hosts the show, so she comes out. She's fantastically funny. She does a lot of singing, a lot of audience interaction, really gets the crowd worked up, and yeah, it makes it a lot of fun. I always say the MC is the glue that holds the show together. I think you can have some performers who might not hit their marks, but the MC is the thing that the audience really remember at the end of the night.
Me up my ladder, kids, and I'll boost you up yours. Let's all stroke together like the Princeton crew. When you're stroking mama, mama's stroking you. Yes, you, darling.
A lot of men of all ages, all they know of female entertainment is strippers, and that's usually fine. But then you get them in here and there's this whole other world that they never even knew existed, which is classy, which is entertaining, which is artistic, and it's still, you know, girls taking their clothes off so they can brag about it to their friends without sounding like, oh my God, I'm a huge nerd or something. But it's just, it's, you know, something more elegant about it. And I think men, while they like to, you know, be hoons sometimes and get drunk and sort of do the rehay at all the drunken, you know, at all the women taking their clothes off, ultimately men like women who are powerful and classy and who have, you know, feminine empowerment that can be sometimes frightening. I mean, I do get a lot of males that are actually quite scared of me. My character that I play, I call him Mama, and there's a reason that I chose this, because nothing controls drunken men more than the mother figure. It's like you can mess with anyone, but you do not mess with mama.
So Poppy, how did you get into burlesque?
I started out watching shows, and there was a couple of burlesque performers that I used to love going back to watch over and over again, and it was really a case of I just said, I want to do that. So I went out and I started doing classes. Then it's a matter of you put together your first acts, you create a show reel so that you can go up to places like here and say, this is me, this is my character, this is my stage name, these are my acts, and you start to book shows. And then it kind of just snowballed from there to the point now that I've quit the day job and this is what I do full time.
Now put under my bag in the shade. I shot the morning in the back with my red wings on. Told the sun it better go back down.
And remember, if you want any more information on any of the tips or segments you've seen today, please visit our website, www.inspirationalwomen.tv. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, be inspired.